Hello and welcome back to Titan Esports Gladiator League Week 3. I am joined this week by Yama for our game of Deadly Robots and No Fun Babies, No Fun Gaming. I don't know which one's the real one. And before this draft gets started for us, I would just like to announce that we have a special poll that's about to be posted for some additional content on the Hearth side this week. So go vote for that one if you would like to see some more stuff added to that. It will be in announcements, and it looks like this draft is about to get underway. We apologize for the delays. Yama, say something.
Yo, what's up? I'm Yama, Abusement Park support.
Set one trick.
Set one trick. Lucifer knows what I'm capable of doing and not doing.
Feeding and
For
not
the
carrying.
3 weeks, I'll be your co-host.
We'll see if I last 3 weeks with him, but the first ban going to come out from Deadly Robots is Zach.
So that's a normal ban because we know Pengu is very comfortable on the Zach.
Do we know that Pengu's very comfortable on the Zach? This is my first time back in a Gladiator looking at other teams from the other bracket. I don't know too much on it, to be honest. I know that the last iteration of this team was the one that we went against in finals and in quarterfinals last split. They've done some significant changes since then, and I'm hoping to see some improvement on it. What are you looking for out of each team's draft, or do you just kind of along for the ride for it?
Honestly, I'm looking for if Deadly Robots can let's say pick up Trundle, that would be huge for them because I know that NFG's top lane and jungle is they're very comfortable on tanky type of supports. So very big front.
Okay.
I'm not so sure about Deadly Robots though, like who they play or how they mash, but we'll be able to see that game one.
Yeah, I am looking for it. That side has also had some pretty significant changes come out in the past little bit here. Most notably that Gavin and Potato are no longer playing on the roster, at least not for this week, it looks like. They have both, from my understanding, gone to coaching positions. It looks like we're about to get the first pick out of Deadly Robots with current bans being Zach, Yasuo, Volibear from their side, and then Echo, Nami, and Misfortune from the side of NFG. Let's see what they're holding priority to.
Ooh, J4 comes out as their first pick.
And they're going to take a pretty cookie-cutter jungler, so it doesn't really tell us too much about it. It gives us a good potential for a dive comp, but he really just fits in anything.
Can you also take note on that Volibear ban? Since the patch, Volibear has been wrecking the summoner. And there you go, Sejuani, like I said, very tanky junglers.
Very tanky junglers indeed. But personally, I really like the Jarvan side of that matchup. Not gonna lie.
That's true, but if Jarvan goes on Sejuani can escape with her dash.
Yeah, but she can kill her.
That's true.
That's the whole point. Well, let's see. Do you think we're getting bot or top, Yama?
I'm assuming we're gonna get a good support out of here.
Support? That's what you want?
That support. There you go. I called it.
That's not what you said. Alright, so we're gonna get a Lumen Soraka out of this.
So all the big picks are open, like Mordekaiser, Set, Ornn, Maokai,
Those sound like big picks for you. Oh, okay.
No, like in
something
general.
That isn't one of your one tricks. I see.
I did. So what do you think the next pick's gonna be for Deadly Robot?
I honestly think we just get jungle and bot lane on both sides out of this. Worst case, we get junglers, supports, and top laners out of it, and then they look for ADCs and mid counters. But I think solo lane counters are going to be the higher priority here.
That's very true, and we see Morgana coming out. So if Sejuani tries to gank bot, well, she's gonna have to deal with a black. And
that's assuming they can land it.
That is true.
I know I've watched many of your Black Shields whiff, so let's hope that they can hit theirs.
All right. And there it is, Caitlyn.
Kate Morg. So they've got a pretty standard jungler, a really standard safe lane.
So nothing too surprising coming out from Deadly Robot.
So you're hoping NFG follows the LCS. Ooh, they're not going to follow the LCS cookie cutter and grab Aphelios. They're going to grab Sivir here. I personally have a large disdain for that champion, mostly just because every Sivir ever in solo queue has done nothing. But that's just me.
I've played in some high plat elo, and Sivir, most annoying 80k to deal with, but we'll see how it goes in Gladiator.
Fair enough. We're going to get the Orianna band coming out the side of NFG. We're going to get your set band just because you're in the room at all, Yama. The set's gone.
They
from
knew.
The side of Deadly Robots.
They understand I am not playing, but it's still a good band against.
You know, they picked up your Morgana, and, like, realistically, you could only play 2 champions anyways, so.
That's true, sadly. And there it is, Ornn.
All the OP picking bands you talked about. Aphelios still just going to sit there in the wind, not being acknowledged by most of Titan Esports at the current time. And then that last ban, are they going to pinch top lane, or are they going to try to get something out of that mid pool?
They would probably look for maybe a Vel'Koz ban. If not, who knows? I'm pretty sure it's going to be a mid lane because they've been top lane. So maybe they're going to try to equal it 1-for-1.
Okay. I would pinch a pool, personally. All right.
There you go.
They're just going to grab the Azir off that. They're going to 1-for-1 each.
See, Azir is not a bad ban.
No. Is Graza just Coconut's new name, by the way? Is that still Coconut or no?
Who? Garg? No, Garza is Coconut.
Garza is Coconut. Okay. Yeah. The Azir ban does make sense.
So much untapped power.
And there you go. Syndra picked up for NF.
So we're going to grab the Syndra out here. It gives them really good zoning and one-shot. They're looking a lot like a pick comp at this point. I kind of want them to have either a good front line or a good split pusher at this point on the side of NFG. That way they have a really strong setup for a 1-4. That or they can even just fully commit to team fights.
So what we're looking also at is Sivir and Soraka, they're very passive in the bot lane, right? Mm-hmm. Where Syndra can pick off the enemy mid laner, and Sejuani can just easily engage on that mid laner as well. So
the other thing about that bot lane too is they get priority really easy, and between like Soraka ults saving bad plays and Sivir ults getting them to other lanes super fast, like they have really good roaming picks.
Yep. And we see a Maokai come out. Very strong pick. If the Maokai is able to scale off and enter his 3-item spike, who knows who can kill him?
Not you.
Not me.
You're not there to save him this time, Yama. And we're going to get the Galio out of it, so they're really going to like commit to these team fights and these like rotations.
Huge wombo combo. Jarvan engage, Galio ult. What can they do?
Maokai and Morgana always for either the engage or the peel if things go wrong. Caitlyn stays really safe on that, and she's got a lot of people between her and the enemy team. The only big thing is that if the initial burst off Morg or Galio doesn't kill them, Caitlyn's their only consistent damage dealer, really.
Yup, that is true. So as our last ban, let's Gangplank.
Gangplank is actually a pick, not a ban. But it does fit the role of what we were looking for out of this, or at least what I was looking for, which was it gives them a good split pusher that helps with their 4-1 comp, because if like things are going well for him but bad with their like if it turns into a 4v5, his ult can always come in, and that either can help them disengage or it could be a really good tide changer.
Yep, they got a lot of presence around everywhere. But from what we're looking at is the Sejuani's looking to maybe stay mid lane, like like they got a safe bot lane, right? And they got a top lane that can easily freeze against the Maokai, where their Syndra can get picks. So their jungler is looking to maybe camp mid, or
So I don't disagree with that, but I think you should snowball the solos.
yeah. Because I know for a fact, if Gangplank gets ahead over the Maokai, there's so little much they can do against the Gangplank.
I was really ready to yell at you for swearing there because I'm used to how you talk, and I knew what you wanted to say there.
What? I've never talked to you in my life.
True, you're an absolute stranger to me, Yama.
First time we met. Nice to meet
Rumor
you.
mill tells me much.
Nice to meet you. I am Yama,
Nothing good though.
a platinum support.
Oh, here we go. You and Lou both.
Yep. So we talked about NFG's strat. Well, what do you think about Deadly Robot strat? What are they looking?
So they really just want to take that 5 and they just want to like push objectives so they can look to get a pick out, but they're looking for like kind of an extended trade from the pick rather than like the other team's looking to just like pick somebody off and then move on to an objective, like take numbers. They're going to try for a 4-1. They've got a really strong 4-1 for it. Whereas on the side of Deadly Robots, it's more of like either they have got a Galio for an engage, they've got Jarvan for an engage, Maokai can engage, Morgana, Q can engage. They've got 4 different points of engage, 2 of them non-committal. And then they've only, like I said, they only have 1 really consistent damage dealer on it. But so long as they get the Galio and the Caitlyn ahead, or at the very least, the Caitlyn has to go even in that lane and Galio has to get some pressure, then they have a really good setup for like a team fight comp, but they can't just play like weak number advantage against that team because they have got too much rotation on it. While they have Galio ult to kind of save them, Gangplank ult and Soraka ult will turn to the tide really fast if they play low numbers.
Yep, that's what we're looking for. They're looking for. So Deadly Robots is looking to constantly fight as a team because their wombo combo is very strong.
Yeah.
But NFG is mostly looking for that split push.
Though both mids have really good roaming potential. Galio's a bit stronger than Syndra's. Jarvan definitely does hold the early pressure in that jungle matchup, though. Like, Jarvan can kill the Sejuani early on if she gets caught out. So the Sejuani kind of has to play passive in the straight 1v1 on that one, but she has the stronger 2v2.
Yep. So we're gonna see, is the Jarvan gonna full clear or level 2 gank mid or invade? There's so many things you can do with Jarvan.
I really hope the Jarvan doesn't full clear.
Oh, me too. I've seen some, don't worry, but
Yeah, I've seen you play jungle too.
I pop off, okay? My Evelyn, top tier.
Wait, did you just say Evelyn?
My Evelyn, top tier.
Hold on.
That's like the only jungler I can play.
What about the only jungler I've ever seen you have success with is Talia?
Okay, Talia is like a side pick.
It's like your side
It's
thing.
like-
I get it.
It's like I want to play Talia support, but someone else wants to go support, so I'm like, okay, I'll play jungle.
Okay. Is it kind of like how Kappa broke up with you today?
It was tragic, you know. I was expecting Kappa here, but instead,
Say more.
it's you. So,
Tragic indeed.
but hey,
you not have his name yet? Can we just grab her?
Mute is gone forever.
Forever. Okay.
Maybe he never messaged. So,
All right. Which draft do you like better, Yama? Fill the space. Say
honestly,
the words.
I see Deadly Robots because like their bot lane can take prio super easily. Caitlyn and Morgana can clear the waves way faster than just the Sivir. Because if you shove a Sivir under the turret, yes, she can like deal multiple damage to multiple minions at the same time, but it's very like small. Like it's not high damage enough
Yeah, her real clearing speed's after an item or two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, Sivir can't really clear under the turret. The turret's gonna eat most of the minions if she tries. Unless, she just basically normally auto-attacks. But who knows how this Sivir plays.
Thank you. I actually, and this is just kind of biased on my end of I think that they're the team that's going to execute their comp a little bit better. I like No Fun Babies comp, but that's mostly just because I feel like their execution is going to be a little bit cleaner because I feel like Deadly Robots has been doing so many movement changes and stuff like that like their comp basically has to consist around them rotating to a fight on time and being really on their timers. Whereas the other one, like, Gangplank just gets to never show up to a fight, ideally, and they can still just, like, play the video game as 4 people while he just takes towers top or bottom lane, opposite side of an objective, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It does involve a little bit more skill on their end for the Syndra and the Gangplank picks, but they are not known for picking things too far out of their wheelhouse, generally speaking.
Yep. So I do want to mention the Gangplank's once Gangplank gets level 6, his ult can literally win or counter engage any like engages or ganks from the Sejuani. I mean J4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Turn team fights around really hard because it slows and applies some damage.
Yeah, that on top of Soraka ult just gives them a lot of like safety for it. Sivir ult gets them out of a lot of tight spaces, and so does Sejuani ult. They've got a lot of good disengage if they ever get caught out with it. It's a matter of how they use those tools, to be honest. Like, if they don't use their ultimates well, that's really the deciding factor between how this could swing.
Yeah, and the longer the game goes, the stronger the Gangplank's gonna get.
And the Syndra, and the Sivir.
Yep. But I do feel like Gangplank is like just slightly above them, because if you get a fully stacked barrel into your face, it's just gonna chunk you for half your HP, regardless who you are.
So Yama, I have a side thing to ask you.
Yo, what's up?
Do you think we should try to get Kappa Crusader on his grand reveal today to game 2 play Gangplank? Should we try to get?
I think we should.
We should try to get Kappa to do play Gangplank. It's legendary for what I.
But if this Gangplank doesn't pop off, we should get him to play Singed.
Right.
Just think about it.
I don't need to. I just agree. All right, so the Jarvan's actually going to go the Conqueror side. That is my preferred one on it, but he's not going to go Electrocute for that upfront burst, but it's going to give him a bit better trading potential if he tries to go for just extended skirmishes. The later the game goes, the less his health bar really matters, too, though, because the more one-way trips this man is going to be taking.
Yep, and we can see not only is the Sivir and Soraka sustain lane, they also have Guardian. Guardian has been buffed, and it is really strong right now. Regardless what they say.
That it is. It has a very dumb range at this point.
So if the Kate or Morgana want to throw the random Q or like any, the Guardian's gonna save them. That gives them even less possibility to one-shot whoever they can with a combo.
Alright, remember to pause at 13 here, or 12. I knew that.
I didn't.
Alright, well there, see, we're helping you already.
Yeah, thanks, yo.
You may be a prophet, but there are some things beyond your reach.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Alright, I paused.
Alright, I am paused as well. Alright, and let's see where it's going. Do you see?
And we're in the game.
Do you see either of these teams going for an invade right here?
Oh, looks like a standard 5 point.
Okay.
Nothing too special.
Nothing too special.
I
5 points.
I do notice something different.
Tell me more.
Sedrani starting with the Oracles, where Jarvan starting with the Trinket Ward.
So I disagree with Sejuani starting with the Oracles. Like, if you're gonna do that, at least like start with your yellow trinket and then just go place it somewhere and back. Like, you're denying yourself at least early invade vision.
Yep.
There's no real benefit from that. And we're on pause.
And we got a pause. That was a fast one.
Mid lane is having some tech issues on the side of Deadly Robots. Deadly Robots has asked for the R and are waiting for a response. Iris has invaded our Twitch chat with chaos. Alright, and we are back here.
And we're back. So,
Corky, I am a little ahead of you on the stream right now. I am at 104. Tell me when.
I'm at 109.
I'm back. We're good.
Okay, let's just all go to 110.
111?
Yeah, I'm at 110. Oh, your own.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Okay, we're good.
All right. And we're back. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just standard fight. That is a banana.
Mm-hmm. And you
we
know that Soraka's the banana saint?
already missed the story. Soraka is missing about 100 HP.
Yeah, Caitlyn and her had a small trade in the bottom lane there while we were trying to figure out our timers because I messed everything up. We are getting actually a top side start from Jarvan while we're getting a bottom side start for Sejuani. So Jarvan might be looking to start an engage on their bottom side of the map. He's actually going to go the blue to wolves here. Is he going to go blue, wolves, red?
Interesting start because bot lane didn't fake leash. They straight up just went to lane and took red.
Yeah, so he is pretty telegraphed. And they are also pushing that lane in.
They're wanting for that level 2.
Sejuani looks like she's also full clearing the jungle here while we got a little bit of trading going on in the mid and the bottom here.
Yep, Sejuani
It looks like Jarvan might be setting up for an early gank, but Sejuani does not appear to be doing so. Jarvan having to smite out that red buff, and he's about half health. Not really at a place to look for a gank, especially when his bot lane pushed in while he passed down that way.
Yep, that is true. We're looking at a full clear Sejuani with a Jarvan that is nearly...
He is not having the healthiest clear of his life, but he might just be looking to back for items at this point. None of the lanes outside of top are really set up for him to gank, and he started that way. So he has to make his way back up there, but his health doesn't really let him go for that.
So Sejuani is running around on a ward, so they know where she's gonna be and where she's...
There's not really anything they can do about it at this point. They had an idea of where they started anyways without a fake leash, so they figured they were playing cross map for crabs either way.
But Sejuani doesn't have red.
That's true, but she doesn't look like she's going for a gank right now. She looks like she's mainly looking to secure crabs, so she doesn't get 2 crabs, and finishing a full clear is what her pathing kind of alludes to. Mid lane's the only thing she'd really look to gank, and...
Jarvan's ready. He's ready.
Jarvan does look like he's posing for bottom.
They have no vision. They don't know where he is.
And they're just shoving the wave carefree, and here we go. Illumin just standing in the middle of the wave. Illumin was disconnected during that kill, it looks like.
Very unfortunate.
There's a pause and an unpause.
Because Illumin DC'd, she did reconnect though. But that is very unfortunate.
But that is super unfortunate.
First
Illumin, while a very good support, sometimes their internet does give way.
First kill going to Morgana isn't the most ideal target, but first blood is first blood.
Guys, this is a historic moment. Yama has not encouraged the support to be the carry of the game. This is a first.
Sports sometimes carry game. But if you look topside right now, Gangplank is doing exactly what we talked about. Bullying the Maokai to his chair.
Absolutely running that lane. So long as that Gangplank stays ahead in that lane, they're pretty well set up, even with the first blood, to continue on with their play pattern. Sejuani finally getting to that red buff and looking for a recall. Jarvan is looking at this mid lane right now, maybe trying to set up a pick on this Syndra, and Galio is going to get the fear off. Jarvan's going to go in for the Flag Drag, and they're going to blow Syndra's flash, and she's going to get out of it just with a summoner down. Dragon is about to spawn here, and they do have pryos on both of No Fun Baby's lanes for this dragon. Jarvan did just pass topside, so let's see where it goes.
No, that Sejuani reset it and Jarvan didn't. They know Jarvan has to reset, so right now is the most ideal time to do. But he ran over a ward, so they know exactly where he is. And
Honestly,
it's not.
Even with that ward, I still would have just, like, having Cryo with your bot lane, just rotate them over and burn it at that point.
We know the Jarvan has to reset. And
Yeah.
right now, they're giving the dragon no attention. Poor dragon.
No objective control coming out from either team. Sejuani walking down past that ward one more time. Let that be a note for all of our friendly neighborhood junglers at home. When you're walking down towards objectives, when you're scrying.
Oh, Scutto is up. Oh, and
They are going to make a play on this bot lane right here. Jarvan is just down the river, and Galio looks to be following suit. Are they going to pick up anything in a counter here, or are they just going to walk out? It looks like they're going to walk out and clear that Scuttle Crab on the side of Deadly Robots and look to get rid of that control ward. Sejuani is hovering, but Syndra is still in mid dealing with a wave.
Syndra's resetting. Like, this is the opportunity for Deadly Robots to take Dragon, and it's exactly what
They are taking that opportunity, and it looks like N10 might be taking the fight to this Gangplank, but I disagree with that flash. It seemed a little aggressive for it, and it didn't really get anything out of it. No Fun Babies trying not to let this dragon go without a fight, but Illumin almost going down for it. Dragon going down on the side of Deadly Robots, and No Fun Babies have to watch it go down. Thus far, Deadly Robots are holding a pretty good priority on this game, though there isn't much of a goal difference to show for it at the current time. We are only 7 minutes in, though. Let's see what they can do with this first blood and first dragon on their end.
Right now, looks like everything's just going back to farming and sustain. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Which see, okay.
CS on both sides seems very equal. Nothing lackluster.
Yeah, no big deficits. And with them playing like the slow farming game in most of these places, like some trades and that going on, but nothing really happening from it, like that's really going to work in No Fun Babies' side on that. Like they are the better scaling comp. Eventually Deadly Robots are going to be the ones that pull the trigger on something.
And we're looking like top lane's having a fight.
Top lane is having a bare-fisted brawl that Gangplank is definitely going to come out the winner on, and that's going to be another kill down. And this side for No Fun Babies, and that gold is just going to clear up. They're not really going to use anything with that advantage. And again, Rift Herald has spawned, and Sejuani has priorities for it. Is she going to pull the trigger this time? She is not. She's going to look for this kill on this Galio.
Dodge
Blocking his way, and Galio's going to go down for the Syndra, and this is what I was talking about in Champion Select. Even though Deadly Robots had the ability to take over this game at the beginning, they're giving the kills through solo fights and lack of vision, and giving priority up to No Fun Babies. Execution is just being better presented on their end.
You notice the map, all of Deadly Robots' vision is on the bot side, but the Galio is playing towards the top side. That's a very common mistake by people, not taking advantage of the free vision you got from your team.
Yeah, not even just that, but like your jungler was on the bottom side of the map too. Like there's no reason to play towards top side there. Jarvan looking to force out that Rift Herald, and Sejuani's just gonna back. Neither team having any objective control on that Rift Herald, and they're just leaving it up to him. Sejuani is just gonna do her Raptors rather than backing, actually, while this Rift Herald just goes down silently in the night.
And now it's gonna be taken. Right. That's a very good play.
So where do you want to see this Rift Herald go?
I would probably invest all the money into the Galio. Because, like I said, Jarvan Galio, they can wombo combo the Syndra very easy. And giving so much go to the Jarvan Galio, can really impact the game in a big way.
That's true. But I honestly would rather see them snowball bottom a little further here, just because, like I said, that's going to be their main carry once this game goes any later. Galio and Maokai are going to hit a wall as far as like damage goes. Maokai is only going to get tankier, and Galio is just only going to do some amount of burst damage at a certain point. Caitlyn's going to end up being your carry.
That is true. Both AD carries, right? Carries are gonna get activated late game and gonna do what they're good at. One-shotting every single person in the game. So nothing big happening right now. We do see that the dragon is going to be up in about So which team do you think is gonna take this dragon?
It really depends on this gank that's looking to go out of this bot lane right here. Sejuani's looking to post fit, but Jarvan's gonna be there for a counter gank for it. It looks like we're not really gonna get any action out for it. I would say that currently the control should go to Deadly Robots on it, but it really just depends on if they can get that Gangplank ult out of the way, because with Gangplank ult and Soraka ult on the board, No Fun Babies definitely can contest any setup they have for it. Reset's coming in on time. And Dragon's gonna spawn. Deadly Robots is in a position to where they could catch No Fun Babies going for it if they pull the trigger right at the beginning, and that looks like they might with that Syndra rotating down. Deadly Robots pinging that Dragon right now, and Sejuani really just hovering down to this bot lane.
He runs this blue, then into dragon, but
lots of wasted time.
So that's a smart play. Maokai decided to come bot to help his team, and he has TP in case for top. Oh, there it is.
Even with the Gangplank ult, this fight is on the side of Deadly Robots. Both of them off rotation. It comes out faster for the side of Deadly Robots. Syndra is going to go down here.
Everybody
Jarvan is gonna join her. Galio's gonna be the next one to fall. Galio's gonna blow flash and get out, but Maokai looking like he's in a tough spot here. They're gonna secure Maokai down, and in the end, it is a 2-for-1 in favor of No Fun Babies. Execution lacking just a little bit on the side of Deadly Robots. That team fight seemed pretty uncoordinated, and they didn't really focus the target down. They just kind of split the fight up and left their front line out to dry. This dragon should be free for them unless Morgana somehow steals it. Galio looking to make the attempt as well.
Oh, the Morgana play and dragon.
No Fun Babies actually looking to be walked off this dragon right now. They're going to get it, but they're going to lose Sivir and Soraka for it. Gangplank looking to go down too. J4 looking to take Sejuani out in the pit.
Oh, what a
Herald timer is on 10 seconds right now. Looks like he's going to drop it mid.
They're gonna drop it mid and rotate towards.
Now, while that was a really good play on the side of Deadly Robots, and I'm liking how much cleaner they're looking than last time we saw them, I don't like that their bot lane didn't just commit to try and get the access gold from these plates here. Like, they could have made a force on that tower.
They could have. They only took 2 plates.
Yeah, like they had to drop Herald for timer. If they 4-manned into that, Syndra could not stop them.
So NFG did get the dragon, but at what cost, right?
Heads up.
Dragon for 4 seems like a good trade for NFG, but the gold picking up from deadly robots can be even bigger towards the late.
True, it is only about a 1k gold difference though. So right now it looks we're getting a lot. They had a lot more tower plate gold going over to the side of NFG on it. NFB, whatever, NF something. And then an update on one of our other games from your friendly neighborhood, Toy. KYN is up 1-0 on Die by the Thighs currently. Die by the Thighs not having their normal top laner this week.
So looking at this, I'm not really sure how they played with their other top laner and support, since I did hear they subbed themselves out for this game. Oh, mid lane support? Yeah,
Mid lane
support. Alright, so we can see Rift Herald in 20 seconds. But
Rift
also,
Herald is going to be up then. The other thing to look at here is while there are ahead on gold on the side of Deadly Robots, Morgana is holding a lot of that gold and has a shutdown at the moment.
it's true. And we can see she is not rushing a Zonius. That prevents her from engaging for free. But she is rushing a team where each time she spell shields, she's gonna give attack speed. Very interesting.
I do think if she takes that much of the early gold, she should definitely go for Zonias or something to make it so she's a little more impactful in those fights and can last a bit longer.
That's true. Morgana is one of those supports that can be turned into an engaged support with Zonias, because if you flash and you use her ult and Zonias, like, there's not much they can do aside get out of position. And we see right now Jarvan taking the Rift Herald again for free.
They do look like they're looking to put some kind of contention on it this time, but I just don't think Sejuani can do it. Right now, they do have an even 50-50 smite for it, but both solo laners there for a lot of protection for that Jarvan. That Rift Herald should go down for free on the side of Deadly Robots.
Yep, we can see Deadly Robots have beautiful rotations for all objectives. They take priority and they instantly
really tight on those timers.
The second it's up, the second it's dead. And we can see Morgana blowing Zonia.
That is a stopwatch going down in the bottom lane. Yama personally coached them on that technique right there. Secret stratum it.
That's why you need to be careful what key you bind it to.
True.
But also, we do notice the Caitlyn respecting the Soraka, getting that early execution, not even finishing her first item.
Yama talked earlier about how Executioner Calling is an unheard of item in this game by most people, but Sivir's just going to run the Caitlyn down off that. They're going to use Galileo and Jarvel to take out the Soraka, and then Sivir is deep in enemy territory. She's going to use that Blast Cone, and she's not. She's going to completely ignore the Blast Cone, look to just rendezvous with Sivir and get out here.
Really good play by Sivir.
It is a really good play by Sivir. I feel like Maokai, if he just, like, walked into the jungle rather than sitting under mid tower, since he's giving bot tower up anyways, he could have just collapsed on it for something rather than the net negative they got out of that play.
Yep, a bit of miscommunication, and we can see Rift Herald dropping in the bot lane.
Sivir, having survived before, is going to go down now for being too greedy on trying to take the Rift Herald out.
But Rift Herald doesn't...
Sejuani's stopping its first charge, but they are going to just make a rotation for Dragon off that with Sivir down. It should be free on their end. Gangplank rotating over, and Gallium not in that fight. Deadly Robots may be in a tight spot here.
He is split. Syndra going down instantly.
Galio blowing teleport, showing up to the fight, and turning the entire tide of it. No Fun Babies really just looking too slow on pulling the trigger for all of their neutral objectives here.
The second that an objective is up is the second that NFG has wards covered and TPs available for. They understand how to do their rotations and
Deadly
they know
robots.
where to go. Yeah, Deadly Robots.
You said NFG.
Okay. So looking at their CS count again, nothing out of two.
Galio looking to take this fight right to the Gangplank, and Gangplank used his orange before before the taunt ever came out. NFG looking to try and burst this tower down, but Sejuani might be caught out here. Jarvan looking to rotate down and help save this tower. NFG aren't going to get anything but some damage on it out of it. Their Baron's about to spawn, but I don't see either team really looking at it this early. And we're just having a 3v3 stare down in the bot lane right now. Galio is now against the Gangplank, and the Syndra has swapped up to fight the Maokai.
Nothing different. See, every lane is just farming up, trying to get their CS counts, trying to get their item spikes, damage spikes.
For sure. And the one thing I will say is that right now a lot of that gold is on both AP threats out of Deadly Robots. So they have a lot of front-loaded gold. While Caitlyn does have her first item, Sivir does as well. She really needs to start picking up some of these kills as we go along with this. There's no more plate gold for her to grab.
No more extra gold for any of the carries.
No free gold outside of murder.
You can see the second the waves come out is the second both laners just delete those waves and go back to their.
Gama, do you know a lot about farming from the support role?
Nope.
It's a pretty foreign idea for me in the jungle too.
Very, very out of my territory. Farming.
I get you.
Yep.
I understand, and it looks like we've got a trade coming down from this Maokai and this Gangplank up here. Maokai actually winning these trades now until Sejuani shows up. And Gangplank all coming down. Maokai flashing away, and I really disagree with that flash. He should have gone to wall if he was looking to get out. He actually had advantage on the Gangplank in the beginning of that fight. Galio out coming down to try and turn this, and are they going to pick up a kill for it? Sejuani gonna be taunted. Maokai going in, and he actually cued her the wrong way, giving her the opportunity to get out. Are they going to Justice Punch her one last time? And she's just barely going to live. Galio and Maokai splitting up, and that's their downfall here. Execution and team fight focus being the weak sides of this Deadly Robot comp. Communication is their weak suit, it feels.
With that amount of HP that Sejuani escaped, that hit actually mattered. Where it's very unfortunate for Deadly Robots.
If the Maokai had cued her backwards after Rudy rather than forwards, she was dead. And then if Galio just hadn't split up when Maokai went back in, Gangplank died. Either way, some poor coordination going on there from what could have been a really good play. Galio, pretty deep in enemy territory. Sejuani looking like she might be interested in it, but just walking away. Dragon's about to be up here, and we will see if NFG can tie this Dragon score up, or if Deadly Robots is going to go on Soul Point. Sejuani caught out here, making this crab secure. Go down for Deadly Robots.
So key note, Galio's teleport is going to be 20 seconds. Is he going to stay top lane? Or is he gonna rotate?
Galio and Maokai are actually active for TPs. Galio's ult should be up by the time this dragon fight is well underway, and then all ultimates in the game outside of Soraka's will be up by actually Soraka should be up by then too before this fight really gets underway.
Let me tell you this is gonna be one spicy dragon fight.
It's either gonna be spicy or completely one-sided. Galio looking to take an engage on this gangplank right before this fight starts. And we've got the back and forth staring contest going down in the river. Siveralt's gonna make them go in. Soraka's gonna get caught up by a Morgana Q. And this fight, it forced too hard from the side of No Fun Babies. It's looking like Deadly Robots is looking to take the engage. Siver's gonna flash in and take out the support, but she's gonna die for it. Syndra, not Siver. Big damage going down from Deadly Robots onto NFB, NFG, whatever. And they're going to wipe everybody but top and jungle. Sejuani forced the flash to get out. That dragon is free to put them on soul point. Gangplank cannot pressure that tower fast enough for them to get anything out of this trade. Button upset.
That's going to be another Mountain Drake. And key point on Mountain Drake, Maokai is going to be even one step closer to being unkilled.
I think he's just going to achieve that title, in fact.
I'm pretty sure if Deadly Robots can
Both teams are disbanding and unifying after this game.
If Mountain can go towards Deadly Robots, it seems very crucial that the Sivir and the Syndra can melt the tanks.
They definitely won't be able to melt the Maokai at that point. Unless Sivir starts to get a lot of gold put on her. The other big thing to look at is Sivir is on 2-item completion spike before Caitlyn is here because of that early executioners. But they do have to remember, the longer this game goes on, the more that No Fun Babies just inherently scale. Soraka's heals will go up. Syndra's and Gangplank should just put out more damage, and Sivir just gains more stats the longer the game goes on. So there is still the potential for a comeback here, but they have to play their fights more coordinated. And frankly, I don't think they can let this Gangplank continue to split push if he's not going to show up to the fights.
Yep. So if we look at the GOAT count, like, yes, Sivir is ahead of Caitlyn, but Caitlyn was sitting on 2k up until where we can see that she finished her second item, Rapid Fire.
Now holding item advantage on that, and it does look like Deadly Robots is putting a little bit of pressure on that Baron. They are doing a lot of pings for it, looking to get a pick on this Gangplank before it, and it looks like they're gonna try and force out this Baron. Sejuani might be caught out here, gonna miss the Morgana bind. Jarvan knockup is gonna go through. They stop the Sejuani dash. Gangplank ult coming out, and Galio just straight backing off and leaving them out in a really awkward place here. Galio coming back out on the re-engage. Jarvan ult came out as well, and then Gangplank is forced to flash. Syndra does show up, and both sides are just going to walk away from it. Bot lane for NFB, still just kind of hanging out in the bottom jungle.
They've just said bot lane taking their Raptor, and they've done it.
Okay, they have accomplished the stealing of Raptor Cap, but at what cost? Is what it comes down to the other day. Jarvan looking for an engage on this Sejuani again, but she is just going to get out, and they're looking to 4-man pressure that tower. Bot lane looking to roam up with Syndra, it seems, but Maokai hard shoving that bottom lane with TP and ult available. Jarvan taking the tower a little bit, and they're diving the Sejuani and Gangplank, getting a double kill out for it, making this a 4v3 once they show up. Though tower is best champion. Is it going to turn the tide? I don't think so. Jarvan's going to go down for Sivir, but Syndra's going to fall right after. Galio lives after the Soraka, and Maokai is looking to run this Soraka down. Either way, it is a 4-for-1, and they take the tower, and they might even look at Baron here, but it looks like they're just going to opt to set a vision line and back for it.
Baron did seem like a good call until you looked at their life totals, but they did have a Maokai. Maokai wasn't there for the whole.
Maokai teleported in. They had a plant in the river, so they theoretically could have forced it, but the enemy jungle is up before yours is. So it's a risky play, but hey, it's Gladiator League. That's what we're here for.
Yep, risky plays is all we want.
The Deadly Robots exceeding my expectations of what I thought was going to happen coming into this game. Happily taking this upset. But like I said, you can't count NFB out yet, even though they really make me think they don't have a chance at this point. Their champions give them the tools to come back somehow. They just have to be better on their map rotations. Their rotations are just really slow, and they're playing more reactive than proactive. At the end of the day, the proactive team wins.
Yep. Tracking where the enemy jungle is, wards, and objective control is what's gonna give you the upper hand in fight.
Very true, very true.
So we can see that Deadly Robots is already on the dragon. One step ahead of NFB.
If I might, both teams rotated around that dragon at about the same time. Both of them don't really have the best vision line for it. They've kind of got scatter wards, and really neither side is clearing too much. While they have sweepers going, they aren't hitting any of the enemy wards. Dragon is here, and we have that 5-man showdown. Galio looks like he's trying to flank the back line. Sejuani did get caught in the Morgana queue. Gangplank ult is going to go. Jarvan's just going to take out the Soraka. Syndra's going to get caught out. Sejuani's going to go down too. And I'm pretty sure they just take this dragon and snowball this lead. Deadly Robots has to give No Fun Babies this game if they have any hope at this point.
And right now, we're seeing exactly what we're thinking. Rotating to Baron or not?
They look like they're going for clear resets, and Caitlyn's going to try to push this mid lane objective control.
Yep. This was the perfect opportunity to take Baron. Three of NFB's players are down.
You just got sold, so you're tanky. It looks like they're gonna try and go for this Baron call now, maybe? Nope, both they are just very risk-averse to Baron here.
I mean, they didn't get it now, which is good, but they did establish a lot of ward control right now. So
They put one pink.
I mean, there's a ward in the Raptor bush.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't see that under the red one. You're right, you're right.
Alright, Caitlyn clearing the mid lane. Hopefully gonna rotate to grab another red. Doesn't even need it. We can see NFB all on the top side. Bot lane's gonna be slow pushing towards the turret.
And it really just comes down to, is Deadly Robots going to look like they don't want to try and grab these objectives now that it's an objective that's going to take a time commitment? Or are they going to continue on? They also could just wait for Elder Dragon in another fight, because if you put it up to a 5v5, the amount of gold deficit they have going on being 6k, they are going to have to look to try and have a miracle play come out from the side of No Fun Babies if they have any hope here.
Very true. As we can look at bot lane, right? You see that Maokai? A raid boss at the moment. Sitting on 309. Insane amount.
Very true, and it looks like he is going to have that Thorn Mail completed here soon, and he hasn't even started his Warmogs yet, so we're only at the beginning of it.
Surprising that there's no Abyssal Mask coming out for the Maokai. Everybody seems to be playing around Baron right now. Nobody really out of position.
Both teams just looking really scared to engage, and then Galio, as I say it, breaks the fold. Illumin gonna get got there by Jarvan and Galio going in, and maybe they're gonna look at this Baron now, looking to set up priority, vision, pick, and then take their objective.
Perfect objective control right there.
Very true. Deadly Robots looking a little rough early, but looking like they've cleaned up their rotations and communication a lot on that. I would still say their team fight focus needs a bit of work, but otherwise they're looking pretty strong here against one of the teams people rated pretty highly. That's mostly due to past performance. Their current roster looks like they're just playing back foot. Another note is that Sejuani's itemization here, like, grabbing Warmogs that early, generally you want to put a little more health on you right before you grab that Warmogs, especially if behind, because it's not going to do anything for you until you reach that threshold.
Yep, and she just finished Hornmill, but if we look at her carries, yes, Caitlyn is 8-1, but the Morgana and the Galio, and even the Maokai, they all scale off AP, where that Sejuani seems to be falling to those players. Like Caitlyn, yes, she's there, but she's usually on another target than Sejuani.
How about ya?
And as our Twitch chat has so kindly putting out, Deadly Robots literally played this same draft 2 hours ago. And NFG just let them run the exact same thing back. Do they get to play it a third time today? We'll find out coming into game 2, but first they have to prove that they know how to close a game out. Right now, get Maokai trading good on the Sivert. Sieging of mid is going well, and Galio just fighting his Gangplank in the top lane. Gangplank has not given up the dream that one day he'll make it past the midway point in this lane, but realistically, I'm pretty sure he just dies for thinking about it.
Yep, he tried, he dreamed, and he paid the price.
Dies.
Oh, not yet?
Not yet.
Oh.
Now it's the time, though. Oh.
Oh.
The Galio kind of throw with the stopwatch. Tune in next time and find out that it's not true, and that their whole base is going to die while Gangplank has a Mortal Kombat fight in the top lane. And while they did do a very good 4-1 comp, if your 4 fails, you have to become a team fight comp. You have to just group, because if you aren't fed and your 4 keeps losing, this is what happens. You lose all the objectives, you lose the base, and in the end, give it a few more minutes here and you very likely lose the game. Deadly Robots taking both towers, both inhibitors, and walking down for that Elder Dragon secure. Nope, Bun Babies has to make one last Hail Mary play for this, or they've just accepted their deaths.
Now, the raid boss, Maokai, he's already back to full HP. With just one hit to Elder, he healed up.
He has missing health bar still. He's lied to me on this day. There you go. Now he
There you go. I never lie.
Just unopposed taking a tower while Sejuani farms wards in the jungle, doesn't even look to contest, and the bot lane's just sitting mid clearing waves, watching Galio take out their top side. No Fun Babies just not looking at their maps today.
I don't know what to say. Like, Deadly Robots came in with a plan, and they executed that plan perfectly. They looked towards objectives, and they took nearly every single objective.
And they're looking for an engage right now with Jarvan into Galio. They're going to execute off that Gangplank, and they should just walk them down. Caitlyn ult's going to take out Soraka. Sivir's going to go down for being caught. Jarvan's going to walk down this Sejuani that gets caught in the Maokai ult. And if they don't close right here, I don't know when they will. Sivir looks like she's just dead here, and that should be the game. First game going into the favor of Deadly Robots. And what do you think about this series so far? Deadly Robots definitely not being the ones everyone expected to take Series 1 with their past week's performance.
Ooh, I don't know what to say. Like I said, they came in with a plan and they executed that plan. They put Maokai on split push duty the whole game, and he did exactly what he needed to do.
Fair enough. And don't forget to vote for our poll and announcements, and then we will be right back for you guys after this short break for Game 2 of Deadly Robots versus NFB. Alright, welcome back to Game 2 of Deadly Robots versus No Fun Babies on Titan Esports Gladiator Week 3. We are in the midst of draft at the moment for these two teams, and first bands coming out are Nami and Volibear. Yama, what are you looking for drafts out of these two teams going into their Game 2?
Exactly, right there. I was about to say they need to take care of the raid boss because Maokai, he just stomped and he walked where he along with a Zackman from Deadly Robots respecting the jungle.
Alright, they're keeping a lot of those same bans on the side of Deadly Robots this time. NFG adding the Maokai to the pool for the bans here. They're actually foregoing the ban on that Echo, leaving that up. Misfortune also being left up in place of them taking out Yasuo rather than leaving it up. That Jarvan's going to be locked in by NFG this time rather than Deadly Robots taking it off the table for them.
Jarvan, a huge pick. He can do so much in the good pick by NFG, taking it away from Deadly Robots. That means we're going to see a new jungler getting picked up by Deadly Robots. And there it is.
There is the Ornn coming down. The other thing to note is Gavin is actually the mid laner for this game on the side of Deadly Robots rather than at the head last time. He, from insider information, has gone to sleep, takes his win, leaves for the night, only ends on high points, that man. Gavin's going to slot in and see if he can finish out the series for them. That might change some of their team dynamic here. Their rotations out of mid were really big in their last win, and let's see if they can keep that consistency up.
That is true. We can say that Deadly Robots' other jungle has 100% win in Gladiator currently. And Graves is getting picked up by Deadly Robots, where Galio's getting picked up by NFG. Same combo, but different.
NFG looking to just run the comp back that Deadly Robots just used on them. They're gonna bring in Yama's one trick. They heard you were here today. They heard that you weren't really excited with what they were doing. They're looking for your praise and attention now, Yama. Are you gonna give it to them?
Can you smell that? I smell that. A set coming out, but in the Kali coming out in the mid lane against the guy.
And for those of you that don't know, Gavin's current tag on League is a Kali or Int, and, you know, I have my money one way, but I like Gavin, so I'm not gonna vocalize it.
Alright. And the Caitlyn getting banned. This is very interesting. Neither of the sides have picked their AD carry nor support.
So they are looking to take that Caitlyn off the table. Ezreal coming down off the table too. Are you going to see more AD carry bans? Or are they going to give respect to your role, my friendly neighborhood support, not only non-jungle caster?
We might see a 1-1, if not a 2 AD carry bans. But let me tell you this, I am not sure, but Illumin might play it set support. Maybe.
I don't know, fam. That doesn't really seem to in her wheelhouse. Deadly Robots giving that respect to Illumin is my girlfriend, previously known as Devil's Hosting. Rather than putting that ban towards Illumin, and NFG are going to take that Morgana off the table, making me think that they're going to go for some kind of a CC support out of their bot lane here. If I do remember correctly, Illumin also plays a really nice Thresh.
I've never seen it, but rumors are.
I've seen it. The Yuumi coming out of Deadly Robots. And
Soraka is still open. No one likes Yuumi. No one likes having a Yuumi, no one likes fighting a Yuumi, but Yuumi, if your team pops off, Yuumi pops off even.
Yuumi only wins the game if the other players in your game win it for her. She doesn't really do anything to help the win. She just makes you win harder. That's
Yep.
personal opinion, and you can fight me for it.
I agree. But let me tell you this. Let's say the Akali, right? Scales and pops off, gets some kills, gets some items early game, and then she gets stuck by Yumi, right? That's an extra 30.
Nautilus coming out for NFG. Sorry, go ahead.
That's an extra 30 AP AD huge pickup by Deadly Robots. Now, Nautilus, really good pick. Morgana Band, very wise.
Now, before we get this out, the Aphelios is going to come out for NFG. The Ezreal pick is out for Deadly Robots. What do you want to see out of this AD carry slot? No Caitlyn available, no Ezreal available. Kais is down. Most of the things you see that planed into the Aphelios are out.
Honestly, it might be looking like a Jinx.
If they pick a Jinx here, I highly disagree.
I mean, what else can they pick right now? Tristana, Ashe. That is true. I did not notice that. Ashe is open. And Varus.
This is also open.
Varus being the strongest AD carry right now. Team. And there it is. I called it.
Oh, boy. That bot lane is really susceptible to this Nautilus hook or this Jarvan coming down and just killing them. Jinx having almost no escape. Traps taking way too long to set up for me to condone this level of play in a gold league. Please stop picking Jinx. You're asking to die.
So put it this way. With Varus, you can go Lethality Varus and poke them down from huge distance. Along with Yumi, extra damage. If you would pick Tristana, you can jump out if they get ganked or hooked by Nautilus. Ashe, you have the Hawkeye or Hawkshot, whatever it's called, to like reveal Hawkshot, to reveal where the enemy jungle is. And Jinx is the pick.
You know, following the Yama train of thought rather than the practical ADCs. I understand it. I get it. He can be very appealing to those things sometimes, but it's like a devil on your shoulder. I don't know that I would take his advice on anything outside of support, and even then, he might just tell you to place that support in your ranked games. So,
it's true. He's seen it.
I have. He has in fact mental boomed at least one support to my knowledge with it. So we are getting a little bit of an update for some of the other games going on here. Toxic Buzz Lightyear saying that Kind Young Ninjas have 2-0 Die by the Thighs here in Gladiator League. I know that currently RAR is up a game on Syndicate T2. Let's see if anything else is in. Cancered Friends won by a forfeit.
Can we just acknowledge our friend?
What about our friend?
He's at his natural habitat. Yawing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and there we go. An update from Yo Digi. Digi on Brain Dead Jungle. There we go.
Alright, he said it, not I.
Maybe it's not a new, but we'll see.
Checking out those match results, it does look like the expected did occur, and their mid laner did pop off with Lisk holding side candle to the carry potential on that team, though not in the ego department. Love you long time, Lisk.
Alright, let me ask you this. Is it gonna go to game 3, or will they 2-0 no fun?
If you want my personal opinions, I think picking a Jinx, the Akali, and the Yumi makes it to where if they don't just steal an early lead here, Graves, while he can scale, it requires him to have a lot of presence. It requires the Jinx to be safe. It requires the Akali not to just die to the Galio. I don't like Deadly Robots draft, and I think that No Fun Babies should win it, but I said that last time too, and they got rolled. So, I want to say there's going to be a game 3, but who am I?
Yep, and let's take note. Seth, my personal favorite, can ult Ornn back into his And knowing Ornn, he stacks a lot of HP. And the more HP you have, the stronger that ult.
All right,
So,
can you tell me all the numbers on the set right now? Otherwise, you're a bad one trick. Go.
numbers.
Yeah, like for his abilities. Tell me in scale.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm a one trick, but not that bad of a one trick.
Big one trick.
Listen, my Senna is like higher mastery than my set. For
You know, maybe you'll show me it in ranked later. Maybe you won't. I don't know.
That's very cute. Expecting I would play ranked today.
Expecting that you haven't already. All right, Yama. So tell the folks at home. Are you going to demote back to gold within the week? Or are you going to stay in platinum? We all want to know.
I don't know. Money's tight. Time is tight.
Okay.
Demotion might happen, but I'm too good to get demoted.
I see. So that wasn't really a confirmation. Are you gonna throw it all, or do you think you're gonna carry it all?
I only carry.
I see. Carry support. I understand.
Unless my mid lane, runs it down.
Yep.
Then
Always
it's
someone
hard.
else's fault. Good tactic. I hear on. God, what's your team's name even anymore? Abusement Park. I hear at Abusement Park you just blame the jungler a lot, but that just comes from an inside source.
Me? I would never blame you.
Specifically blame the jungler a lot, Yama. What do you have to say about that?
I would never blame
you. Okay.
And mute have for hell.
Okay. I see. McCurdy would say otherwise, but maybe.
But what are you thinking of the bot lane picks? Who do you think is gonna have the upper hand?
I think I've been pretty expressive of which bot lane I prefer here. I like the hook champion into Yuumi, because if Yuumi gets caught out, she dies. And Jinx has no mobility, so if she gets caught out, she dies.
Let's see, is this Jinx the best hook dodger, or will it go into the
hook dodger, flag and drag dodger, Gravitron, whatever the gun's called dodger, like Galio coming down dodger? Like, this girl is just gonna play dodgeball the whole game and really hope she doesn't get hit with the wrench.
That's true. I can't lie. I'm loving NFB's draft. Not only that they have set, but they have a very strong team.
It's just because they have set. That's the only reason you like them. I get it. All right, and we are about to be in here. Corky, can we swap the screen over to the client for us, please? Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's still on the standby screen for me, but I'm... All right. Oh, gotcha. All right. So, Twitch chat, I'd like to hear from you. Do you think Yama's a set one trick, or do you think he has a diverse champion pool? Tell us.
I play every support. What do you mean?
I want to hear the people's opinion, Yama.
Is there people? I only care about Buzz's opinion.
Buzz Lightyear. He would like to speak to you personally. We know you're there. You're always there.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. He has decided he is no longer your friend, no longer your fan, and does not want to respond to your toxicity.
You think I'm toxic?
Oh. This just in from our streamer. She says Mecha Kingdom set is the worst thing to happen to League of Legends because now he doesn't have a shirtless form for her to admire. Though, not my
absolutely
words,
agree.
they're hers. I'm just relaying them to the people. Paused at 12. Yama.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, and do you think we're gonna get any fancy invades or early game shenanigans this time, Yama? Or is everybody just gonna look to play polite and safe?
We're looking at nothing different from last game. Jarvan picking up oracles, not getting that early ward.
I disagree with that. I disagree with them drafting a Nautilus Galio comp and not just running into them. These things, they hurt my soul. That's okay.
And they're 5 points again.
Yumi kind of looking to 5 point, kind of looking to just not die here. Really fine line on that one, being that she is so susceptible to just dying if she's looked at. Jinx opting for the cleanse here because otherwise she's just gonna die on repeat.
As we're looking, seems like Jarvan's gonna do red, progress towards top. Maybe we're gonna see that cheeky level 2 invade.
It does not look like we're gonna have any change in the patterns. Graves is gonna solo go his red, Jarvan's gonna take his red, and we're gonna have the same situation as last time. Graves looking like he might path down, and Jarvan looking to path up.
Oh, Jarvan's already done with his red, going towards his blue. Very fast rotate.
Graves looking for a full clear here. His clear speed gonna be a little slower than Jarvan's on that initial part without a leash, but is gonna overall have a healthier clear so long as he kites those camps correctly. Large trade going out of the top lane, and Ornn basically shoved out of lane into a passive stance. Bot lane at a standstill. Go ahead.
This is very big. As a set player, having this HP advantage is gonna give you so much priority over the top lane.
Okay. Some trades coming in on the mid lane. Set looking to take the fight to him in the top lane. Ornn almost going down for it. But at the end of the day, just walking away. Akali and Galio, heavy trading going on in the mid lane. Galio missing his taunt. Akali looking to take this fight on what might be too long. Bot lane, Jinx has been zoned off the minion waves, and here comes the concern with picking a Yumi. You have to make sure they don't freeze the wave, or you don't get to play the game until your jungler comes and breaks it.
Yep, and seems like Jarvan is actually full clearing.
Jarvan full clearing his blue side, ignoring his raptors if he's looking for a full clear, going off on that crab, and it just boggles my mind, but call me a critic. Graves also doing a full clear, a little more acceptable on that champion, given that he doesn't have such an early game presence for it, taking that crab. Has an opening on either bottom or mid here if he wants to look for it. Bottom's a lot harder of a sell for me than mid, but Jarvan pathing into the same side of the jungle that Graves is currently sitting in. Graves looking at the Krugs while Jarvan is going to be at those Raptors. Might they meet each other in the jungle? Graves actually looking like he might just be standing in that bush right now.
Very interesting. He's not even standing in the bush. He's just waiting, and he has begun.
Graves wasting so much time there waiting on a rotation, only to just be caught out in just a second here by this Jarvan.
And
Conflict coming down, and that trade would go in the Graves' favor. Bot lane stopped from a rotation. Galio looking to take the fight to Akali, and that does not look like a fight Akali wants to be anywhere near. Graves taking the Krugs, walking out.
TP getting blown by Ornn top lane.
That's really big for this dragon coming down here in the next 20 seconds.
Nope, this is completely the opposite of last game. NFB seems to be having more priority over their lanes. than Deadly Robots.
Though at the same time, Deadly Robots changing out their mid laner, changing to a lot more sit back and scale champions or fragile early to mids on them. They kind of hurt themselves in what was their best aspect last game, which was just getting on the map at the right time. But now they have 4 champions and a cat. It's really hard to set up a vision line when your support doesn't have legs of her own.
Yep, 4.5 champion. And top.
4.5 champions. With our resident Death Knight getting a beating from the brawler himself. Gonna get ran down.
Ooh.
Oh, Orn gonna come out with the brittle damage and turn that around for first blood in the favor of Deadly Robots.
That is unfortunate. That Orn was one hit away from literally dying to.
That is true. Nautilus gonna fail the hook. Bot lane's gonna get kind of cocky. Jarvan's sitting in the alcove, and they're gonna look only just to waste the jungler's time. Dragon has spawned. Jarvan has wasted time, in which Graves has matched his reset, is ahead in farm. But Galio making that rotation into the river, giving them priority, and Akali just trying to set lane prio here. 4 members are ready for Dragon on this side, while bot lane has back for Deadly Robots. I doubt they contest this, but it looks like they're gonna try anyways. Or not having TP available for this fight, Dragon should burn out before all of their members arrive to even contest.
Unfortunate reset for the bot lane, but very good pickup by and.
So coming into this game too, how do you feel about gameplay between the both teams? Do you feel like it's going better? The Akali just kind of baited herself into a losing battle there.
Fortunate timing for Gavin.
That it was.
Crashing into a top.
That Nautilus hook, grabbing her down. Jinx gonna get caught blowing out both her heal, her cleanse and Yumi's heal. I can talk, I promise. Nautilus only losing Ignite on that trade. Top lane looking to just be a fight. Set getting the stun down on the Ornn. Ornn just dashing away. That trade going down in the favor of Set for now. CS deficits aren't looking that disparaging outside of top lane, where there is a 16 CS difference. The up a little over 2 waves.
Very true. Oh, mid lane brawling it. And
mid lane brawling, top lane brawling. Set's gonna drag Ornn into the tower and take him down. Very nice play out from the Set.
Very beautiful play by the Set. Exactly what I expected.
Stuff like that gets Yama going night or day. Send him Set clips, everyone. That and Purell. He likes pictures of Purell.
Purell is nice. In dire times. So let me just say this. NFB does have 2 very strong scaling champions, especially Aphelios, one of the strongest and biggest scaling champion. If that Aphelios is basically full build, there is nothing that can stop him.
That is true. We will see if they're going to go make for the highlight reels, go the Death Dance Aphelios, and try to win the game. Is Jinx going to go for the Death Dance? Is everybody going to buy a Death Dance now? You know what? Sometimes I would recommend. It's Gladiator League, so please.
Yep. Hey, we've seen Thornmail Soraka last week. We're going to see Death Dance Yuumi this week.
Yo, Death Dance Yuumi? Bet.
He's never going to die. Oh, and Graves going bot.
Yuumi getting caught out when coming out. It doesn't look like it's going to matter. The TP coming out from the Set here, but it's a bit of a wasted opportunity. Almost Akali actually got to get caught out on the side, being indecisive. Going in for the kill on the Nautilus. She's going to go down instead. Graves coming into it. Looks like a losing battle. Aphelios taking down Yuumi. Aphelios taking down Jinx. Graves looking to salvage this somewhat by taking the support out, but he's just gonna go down.
Oh, beautiful kiting by NFB. They dodged all the skill shots that...
They're going to look to use this Herald in the top lane, but they're not going to take the tower down. They're just popping it for plates, and frankly, it feels like a waste.
Yep. Only 2 plates again, just like last game. But it's alright. Because that bot lane gave Aphelios 3 kills. And with those 3 kills, he can actually pop up, get some pretty big items. As we can see right now, he's 3 items. One, I think, like a 500 gold away from Infinity Edge, or 800, and that's all.
Galio looking for this engage hard, but Akali says no thank you. Yumi outside of her host, not in her Uber, hasn't taken her lift, just looking at wards.
Very big.
What's very big?
Vision control. That's what's very big.
Honestly, I feel like Vision's a little lackluster right now. I feel like both teams have the bare minimum.
I mean, if you look at around the Dragon, and Deadly Robot seems to have the upper side of the Dragon controlled, where NFB has the lower side.
Sure, but they just have half and half at the moment.
Yep.
It's pretty net neutral. It really comes down to this mid lane trading, and it's continuing to go in the favor of this Galio.
Ooh.
Galio's just gonna dash away.
And do what he does best, just get away. Oh.
Galio's standing on that end of the line to take damage for no reason, though. Bot lane shoving in for priority on this dragon. Set rotating down for it, and no fun babies looking like they just want to take the fight. 2 deadly robots and take this dragon from Galio, instant pressing that taunt again. Jarvan looks like he's going down. Akali does pick up a kill. Jarvan goes down. Galio getting out low. Orange TP blown in the process. Akali's flash blown out. Set's gonna pull her back in, and Galio's just gonna tell her that she doesn't get out this time. Ornald's gonna get blown, trying to pick off this bot lane in response. Can they take it out? Nautilus looks pretty doomed, but Aphelios is just gonna tell Jinx that it's time for her to die. They're gonna turn this fight completely. Set's coming down. Galio outblown, and that's a 3 for 0.
That's all she wrote. Aphelios picking up another. And Aphelios picking up another 2 kills. He is 5,000 and
Yama, you've got some background noise coming through, by the way.
My bad.
You're all good.
So
yeah, and this just kind of solidifies my point of, like, Jinx, Yumi, and Akali. If you're not winning hard, you're losing the game.
So let me tell you this. Right now, the Galio has 5.5 thousand gold. The Aphelios is matching the Galio, a solo, right?
Yes,
where the kills are huge on NFB's side. All the kills are on the carries, and it's exactly how it's supposed to be.
They're all right where they need to be honest. I think Deadly Robots got a little too confident off their last game. While they won that early lead, small incrementally, and they played it in a systematic fashion. Now, it just feels like they're kind of running it into the other team and trying to fight them and hoping it works out for the best. You can't pick Akali, Graves, Jinx, and Yumi all on the same team and just hope it goes well in a 5s comp. This isn't solo queue.
Oh, and Akali getting picked off by Galio.
Just deleted. Set taking the fight to Ornn, doing massive damage having completed that Bork. Now, there's a trade going on in the mid lane. Looks like they're just going to walk it out. Jinx doing actual negative damage, over pushing, getting Nautilus ulted, Jarvan ulted, and killed by the Aphelios yet again. Centering all their gold on that carry. This man has so much gold at this point. Taking him down sounds more like a dream than a possibility. Alright, it does sound like I will be solo here for a moment. NFB looking to take up the solo kill in the top lane, barely getting out from the Ornn. They're taking down the Rift Herald at the same time. Deadly Robot struggling to remain in this game. At this point, they've got to scale it. Jinx stealing the Rift Herald. They're not going to grab the eye, but they are going to deny it on the side of NFB. NFB looking to protect that eye. Akali looking like she might try and greed for it, but she is being denied. Gavin just backing off from it at the end. Rift Herald, while not being secured, is denied. The scalers on the side of NFB are just so far ahead that it's gonna take a miracle for Deadly Robots to come out of this. Gold deficit is only 5k. But man, are they really not doing anything on the map? No, Swan, that's not Wild Turtle. You're Wild Turtle. Come on now.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Trading bot and top turrets on the map. Looks like NFB's also going to grab the mid lane turret for Akali, helpless to do anything at this point in the game. And really, coming out of this, I think that Deadly Robots are at the point where they should be looking to figure out what their game plan is for next game, because this one looks like a pipe dream to even think they have a chance. 12-2, down 2 dragons, down a Rift Herald, tower advantage on the side of NFB, and all their golds on their carry and their scaler. Giving us an update on some of the other games going on right now. Rat Pack Gaming coming back from the grave, 2-0 Glacial Equinox. That team looking like they were going to just fall to the wayside, be a victim of losing all their members, but coming back and finding a footing.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright, that is going to be the bottom side tower. Going down on the side of NFB. NFB, overwhelming control for this dragon right now. Akali getting caught out again and just kind of solidifying the point. Graves going to go down with her, and just their team has nothing going for them at this point. They have gold, but they just can't do anything with it. 14-2, 3 dragons down, down 2 tower deficit, and just not setting up for this fight. Jinx looking to just farm and scale, but she's only 4 farm up on that Aphelios and down 6 kills and 2 assists. Her impact is far off from being meaningful. Yuumi alone in that jungle right there, almost caught by that Nautilus, trying to clear vision, rescued by Ornn, and then NFB looking like they're trying to take down this mid tower, and I'm not sure that Deadly Robots can do anything to stop them at this point. NFB respectfully backing away from the numbers disadvantage, not trying to give them any way back into this game through a throw. And the gold deficit just gets bigger and bigger as we go on here. I'm not really seeing a way that Deadly Robots can even come back from this. Even with Yuumi scaling and Jinx's notorious scaling, she's just not going to get the time to be set up for it. NFB taking that slow, systematic approach to not give back any possibility here for the enemy team. Jinx just can't farm up fast enough for it to matter. Ornn caught in the pit, having to blow his flash to survive there. Jinx caught out by the set. Yuumi gonna pop ult, but it's just barely gonna be enough. Set might be caught here. Jinx ult is gonna whip, and they're gonna take him down. That's some gold going onto the graves. Sadly, only the set. Neither one of the big shutdowns coming down. but it is still something. Set going down to the bot side there, while the rest of his team setting up overwhelming control for that Baron, and I'm not sure that Deadly Robots has any chance of contesting that. They really have to have Ornn there if they want any hope. He is going to go bottom with teleport up. Set's only down for 6 more seconds, and they are not trying to push that advantage. Possibly looking like they're hoping that they're going to take some good damage off of the Baron and looking for an engage off that, but I just don't think they're in a good place for it at this point, folks. I'll be all good. Yeah. Worst case, it should be fine. Alright. NFB just looking to take these towers, and there's not really anything Deadly Robots can do about it. At this point, we're just kind of waiting for the end here, waiting for them to set up for Game 3. Then we're waiting for NFB to decide that they want to throw the game. Those are the only 2 things that can happen at this point, folks. It's not about Deadly Robots making a comeback play. It's about NFB letting them get back into the game, them choosing to throw. Ornn is going to try to come in here and be the hero, but he's decided that it was a bad idea and left instantaneously. To be honest, that was kind of the engage they needed to have, though. They had all their team members there. They had Ornn held up. They had the flank. Aphelios didn't really chunk him off the bat there. They had to take that engage right there with Set not present, having to wait out his teleport for them to have a hope of getting anything out of it. I don't see them doing anything but standing and watching at this point. This seems like this could be the play, too. Set gonna have to teleport in. He is coming in on the side there. They are going to take down Yuumi, take down Graves. Jinx is going to get run down by the Set. Set's going to drop the Ornn on the Jinx, taking him out. The Nautilus has disconnected, but Ornn has died. We will see it. Illumin does look like she has come back into the game now. Akali looking to try to back and survive off that, but she is just going to get picked out. And Aphelios not paying her any mind, looking to end the game. And folks, this looks like the end here, and looks like we're going to be moving on to Game 3. That is, unless this Yuumi can solo stop them all. She does not have the Death Dance we requested, though, so I doubt it. Also, for in doubt in the chat, your Kindred mid was very good. And I did say that you were the carry, and that Swan and Lisk Seagull were the only things bigger than your carry in that game, so you did miss that. Don't worry. Alright. It does look like they aren't going to opt for the end here. Not simping, more giving Swan and Lisk crap. I have my objectives for these things, friends. Also, we are just kind of waiting for NFB to decide they want to just push the steamroll through, because at this point they can. They literally just got their best possible engage done on them by Deadly Robots, and it didn't matter. They should just force the game out here. While they are being safe, they are being cautious not to give them a lead-in. At this point, they're giving them too much respect. There's not anything that team can do to them. Just kill them and end the game. Alright, it does look like they are grouping up for this Baron play, looking to maybe take that as a push to end the game, but at the same time, it does seem like No Fun Babies likes to play with their food, likes to just sit there and give a team hope. Whether this is out of cruelty or they're just indecision, I'm not sure. I'd like to say it's out of cruelty, but that's a respect comment more than anything else. Set looking to zone for this Baron. The rest of the team looking to burn it. Aphelios getting on it, and the Baron's health dropping rapidly ever since the Ornn not there. His TP is up. The rest of their team does look like they're going to try to make a play off it, but Set and Nautilus are just going to grab this Jinx out. Galio's going to come down. Jinx is going to die. Yumi's going to die. Ornn is going to TP to his death. He is going to try to get out, but there's just no escaping this team. They're just going to walk into the base, forget about the Baron altogether, and look to end. I hope. Maybe they'll stare at the towers again. Maybe they won't. Akali getting ran down here. Graves going to casually back and at the start of his base, and they're going to take this series to a Game 3. Game 2 going to the side of No Fun Babies unless Graves makes a miracle play here with his bottom lane, but I doubt that will happen. Galio with the BMTP in base, and that is the game. Welcome back, friend.
Beautiful shoutcasting. People at my door complaining, unsure why.
Because you aren't showcasing your set support as we speak.
It's true. People are rioting outside of my house. They're like,
riots in the streets.
We want you in the game, but let me tell you something. We're going to Game 3.
Game 3, and Yama's going to go beg either team to let him E-sub for them, but he will be kindly rejected, I expect, and we are going to, at this time, encourage you to go check out our poll, vote on it, and then we'll be right back after a break for Game 3 from No Fun Babies and Deadly Robots. Welcome back for Game 3 of this Deadly Robots versus NFB series, whatever. The logo confuses me, and it will confuse me for the rest of this split. I have Yama back with me. He's decided he no longer wants to play with the police, and he is back to talk to all of you kind folks instead. They are going to start out draft, keeping that Maokai and that Volley Bear out of our viewers' eyes. Unfortunately, if you wanted to see the new bear this week, you don't get to.
Hello, friends. I am back, and Volley Bear and Maokai taken out. And let me point this out. Blue side, 100%.
Blue side, 100% win rate. All right.
And there you go. The Set Ben. Set. Very good pick. Pick or Ben. Which team gets him?
All right. What you guys missed during the break is Yama simping for Toxic Buzz Lightyear.
That is true.
That's pretty much all you missed during the break. There's an Earth ban coming out. Let's look to see what that is. Somebody can't Titan draft. That is a Yasuo ban.
Poor Earth. Always getting banned here and there.
Always getting banned.
Sometimes, occasionally getting picked up, even though he's banned. Very. Oh!
Another Earth ban out here, just for us. We're going to teach them how to draft one day here. Sorry. Jarvan is banned. Awkward ban coming out from the blue side, even though Jarvan on blue has a 100% win rate in this series. Nami the next ban coming out.
And we're going to see it. No Jarvan in any of the teams. This is going to be...
I don't believe my eyes. Can they play other junglers? Let's find out.
What is this first pick? Is it Galio? Is it Ornn? It's an Echo.
Echo comes through.
Now, Echo can be flexed into mid or jungle. Very rarely into top, but mostly a jungle. So we'll see what's happening in this case.
Didn't you know they're denying the Echo pick from No Fun Gaming's notorious Pocket? Echo 80 carry from last season, though he is no longer with us this time. In spirit, we are going to have another Earth drafted, and that is going to be Aphelios.
Oh, that's a huge pickup. He popped off last game. He's going to maybe pop off this game. We'll see. Maybe this time, Deadly Robots. Same combo, bot lane. Aphelios and
Nautilus, Aphelios. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, friend.
So what do you think the next draft is going to be by Deadly Robots?
Yo, I'm along for the ride at this point. I'm here to judge their every move and talk to them about it. And it's gonna be another Earth here. One day, we're gonna put an instructional video on how to use Titan Draft if this happens next week.
Earth is such a popular pick, and no one seems to say what the pick is.
It's a Braum.
Very interesting pick because for me, and it's another Earth.
They just told me it's actually Earth. Jesus. Caitlyn is the other one. I just don't think they draft any better at this point. Coming from my eyes in the sky, ask if we'd like to remake it. So that's a Caitlyn Braum. Then there's an Aphelios. The one on the right side of Nautilus, I have no idea what it is yet. Please stand by. It's a Zac.
Oh, that's a huge pickup by NFG. Zac was banned for the first 2 games, and now they let it through because they banned Set. And another Earth band.
Another Earth band. Both teams have put their request in to just do Game 3 as an Earth.
Ornn ban is what they said.
Ornn is the ban on the NFG side. I don't know what the ban is on the other side.
Yeah,
we know. I don't know what that last Earth was. Waiting for an update. Ari is the last one on that.
Very interesting ban. We haven't seen Ari being banned or picked any of the.
At this point, I'll just narrate the Titan. We'll just narrate the Titan draft for you, and then the actual. No, they do not want it, Corky. It does sound like, and that's a Vladimir ban. They apparently broke the draft tool, and then we're just going to show you the draft once it gets into the client. Because I guess we just don't know how to use it, even though I'm watching one of the other games draft just fine right now.
This Earth fella seems to take... And Rise is being picked up by NFB. That is most likely a Rise mid.
Until they request for it to be NFB if they're NFG for me. That is all.
So currently, NFB has Aphelios, Nautilus, Zac, and Rise.
You know, it's thematic for me that the last actual picture that showed up on this draft is Nami. So now I just only get to look at the ocean and Echo.
That is true. And the robots haven't told us what it is. And it's 2 Werfs without us knowing what it is.
So long as both teams are clear on what they are, I guess it's fine. I have no idea. We could just remake with Pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, it seems like Echo's leading the charge with 4 Earths, where Nautilus is leading the other side with 4 Earths.
No, true. It does look like we are just going to remake this in Pro Draft because it is just broken. They're fine just running it at this point. I'll leave that up to the people above me in pay grade if they want us to show this on a pro draft or just move it to the client. It's up to both teams. If they are cool with it, I can hop into their chats and ask them really quick if that's fine with you. All right, I will be right back. Both sides are good with just keeping it, so it does look like that's what we are going to do. I mean, they could just draft it in the client. We could put that screen on, yeah? Sounds good. Aphelios. So it does look like the side of No Fun Babies is Zach, Aphelios, Rise, Nautilus, and Darius, whereas the side of Deadly Robots is Echo, Braum, Kate, Mord, and Garen. And both sides are good here, and we are just going to continue and show you in the League client in these archaic times how the draft went. This anarchy has been sponsored by Yama.
I would like to mention that I did get gifted a subscriber to Titans Esports.
Oh yeah, you got gifted a subscriber, not a subscription?
Yes, subscription.
You got gifted a whole person? Tell me more.
So, this fella called Sloppy... Yeah, Sloppy...
Yeah.
gifted me a whole 1 month sub. Thank you very much. I'll use this for some emotes right now.
Gavin, bribing casters for favoritism right now.
Gavin
himself. The man, the myth, the Shyvana Mordekaiser one trick that decided he wanted to play Akali this week. 2 tricks, sorry. That's 2 champions, not 1.
There's always another way.
The Akali. Alright, so we can see here Volibear set J4 banned for Deadly Robots, where Maokai, Yasuo, and Nami are banned for NFB with a Garen versus a Darius. The 2 lore captains of each faction are brawling it out. Very interesting.
And then to give an update, Rain beats Unknown 2-1 in this week's matches.
Wow, very impressive by Rain. Congrats to them. So we're seeing more of the picks. Garen, Echo, and Mord getting picked up by Deadly Robots. The Mord pick, very strong. Along on the other side, Darius, Zac, and Rise being on the other side of the top side for Deadly Robots.
Alright. And then with this bot side, we're going to get that Kate, Braum, and Aphelios Nautilus to round out these comps. What do you think of both sides, Yama, and which one is your favorite?
Compared to last game, where the Jinx and the Yumi, very questionable, this game, it seems more solid. Muddy is back on Caitlyn. We saw in pop-off game. And then I feel Lumen is my girlfriend is on Aphelios, where we saw him pop off game 2 both of the A carries on their comfort picks. It could go any side at this point.
All right. And then looking at how this goes, how do you feel about the series point? Who do you think is going to win this series? Just based off performance thus far? While Deadly Robots does have one game here, that's not the same roster that won that first game.
Honestly, at this point, is we've seen it. Whoever pops off first is the team that's gonna take. We've seen the game one. Deadly Robots took everything by storm. They got advantages, leads, and they just snowballed it. Then game two, same thing for NFB. They took leads and they snowballed into the victory.
Whichever team takes the early lead, takes the first blood, and takes the first dragon wins the game thus far in this series. Let's see if that continues on or if it changes. What stood out to you this far? What's been bad for you? And why don't you like Rise here?
I don't like Rise. Oh, I never said that.
But you like Rise here?
I don't mind Rise because he can pretty much, let's say the Garen's running at the Rise, right? Well, Rise says stop and then kills him, depending how strong. But
I don't know. I don't really like. They already have a hyperscaler at Aphelios. They could have just gotten a mid-game gap here, mid-game bridge here, something with a little bit stronger presence in the early mid than the Rise. Then they wouldn't have to try to put too large investments on it, and then they have a lot of frontline that could just play around the Aphelios for it. But Rise is in kind of a weak side on his lane here. Mord should win that lane unless he just takes a dumb trade.
Yep. So let's point out that Zach was banned both times in game 1 and 2, and now he got picked up by.
Unlike Yama trying to E-sub in for game 3, Zach has made it through. And let's see what
unfortunately, I asked, they said no, and I said oh.
That's pretty much how that went. Just like his breakup with Kappa today, his rejection from Buzz Lightyear, and his rejection to be on Game 3 of the stream game. Yama's just sticking it out today. It's been a rough one for him. But, he's here. He's with us.
It was never the same ever since Kappa left. But let me point out the Twitch trade right now, full of multiple. Very cool.
You're a fake streamer if you don't know the names of all the emotes go.
Kappa Pride, Kappa HD, Corky Derp.
Are you hovering? You're hovering over all of these as you're saying them.
I would never. I am a Twitch.
All right.
First lit.
5 seconds to seeing if either team grows confidence enough for an early gameplay, or if we just get to watch them sit around and try not to die.
Yep. And who do you think's gonna win? Lucifer.
Ask me after the first dragon.
After first dragon? No, that's too much information.
Whichever team I say is going to win loses the game. That's how it's been this series. That's just how it is. It's a fact.
That's true.
I've voted for red side both times, and they've lost both times.
That is true. So what do you think Twitch chat thinks? What do you guys say? Who's going to win? NFG or Deadly Robots?
Corky is indifferent to all of these things. She just wishes it was over faster so she could go to sleep and punish her kitten for trying to break everything.
Just like Yumi, cat.
Yumi doesn't do anything.
Speaking of cats, Titan Esports is sponsored by Cat.
Okay,
cats.
This feels like some paparazzi stuff right here.
Paparazzi stuff. I am not
Propaganda.
getting.
I'm a fucking moron. Don't worry about me. Slightly intoxicated. It's fine. Alright. Anyways, we are just waiting to load in here. There's a toaster on one of the teams, preventing us from watching them play the game at the current time. My bet is that, well, no flame to illumine. It's probably illumine stuff. Her internet does tend to go in and out.
Yep, we've seen a game 1 that level 1, not level 1, but first blood. She
First
just
blood
did
death.
so.
Due to the internet.
But do you see anything out of the ordinary in the runes? I do.
No, sir. The runes all look pretty standard. Everything's looking pretty standard here. I'm just hoping they go for a level 1 fight because our first 5 minutes every game has been pretty dry, pretty boring, and to be honest, I want some more aggression out of these teams. Right now, they've been playing pretty passive back and forth, and I would like to just see them go at it.
I mean, you've asked for it, and you're gonna get it. If you notice Gavin, he has a...
Gavin does have Ignite instead of Teleport, but Gavin has not taken Teleport ever since he has been slotted in. Remember to pause at 12 here, friendly co-caster.
Done.
Same. All right.
And we're getting into the game.
Where
as,
all goes.
As we see this time, everybody spamming mastery.
Mastery check here in game 3.
But this time, so we are going to a 5 point, yes. But if you notice, right?
5 point.
Junglers have oracles this. No early wards or getting played. Oh, maybe Muddy? Oh,
Muddy looking for the fight. Muddy gonna take the hook.
She has the rifle. She's looking for a hunt. Is she gonna go for it? You know they say sometimes the first hit defines who wins.
Minions have spawned.
I don't know who says it, but I just made it up. So we can see, oh, there's going to be an invade, but never mind.
Mord hopping up into that top side jungle.
You see Zac starting red, along with Echo starting red. The typical bot lane showing that the Zac did start red top side.
I would just like to point out that both junglers going red to Krugs, both junglers starting their red side every single time this game. Pathing not changing, though this time it is going to be NFG's jungler looking to path down to his bot lane, and Deadly Robots looking to path up, breaking the pattern just a little bit. But neither one looking like they're going for that early gank to try and sway a lane one way or another. Darius getting the early 2, getting his full stack to running gear and out of his lane. There's some light trading going on in the bot lane as well, and both junglers simultaneously arriving to their raptors. We've got Illumin disconnecting, and we've got a pause.
And there it is. We did call it out. But thank God, or thank the earlier disconnect rather than the later disconnect for the enemy jungle to not be ganking.
For sure.
Since we're this pause, we need to talk about the very important topic: Buzz Lightyear versus Major.
Buzz Lightyear versus Major.
Did.
Swan wasn't his real man during that matchup. He wasn't his own person. He let someone else draft for him. He couldn't do it. He didn't have what it takes. He lost.
He should have picked the Veigar like we saw last season. Pop off.
Cassiopeia, that's too many buttons for him.
Yep. Too much buttons and too much mouse movement.
Right? It's more than just right click. That's E-ing. He has to right click and E.
Yep.
Too much.
Oh, both R's coming out.
Turning off the pole.
And it's unpausing. And we're right back into it. As a small recap, both junglers literally mirroring each other.
They are in the mirror. Top continuing to trade here. Mid lightly trading, but mostly just going out with farm here. And bot shoving in and zoning that Aphelios off his cannon at the current time. Darius attempting to do the same, but just crashing it into tower.
And this might be big already. The first cannon might be missed, or I spoke to...
You have spoken too soon. Nautilus gonna grab the hook onto the Caitlyn. Aphelios gonna auto attack once, then grab the cannon. Denial has failed, and the junglers are no longer mirroring each other. Zach has chosen to do his blue and Gromp, while Echo did wolves and blue, and might move on to his Gromp before Crab. We shall see. Most exciting part, you know it. And currently everything's pretty quiet out here. Biggest deficits in bot lane with a 5 CS gap. Nothing to be shocked at. Nothing really big here. It's mostly gonna come down to which jungler impacts a lane first, and if they're worth their salt, it's gonna be Zac.
Yep, we're looking at a not so mirror, but Gromp was ignored for Echo, and Wolves was ignored for I spoke too soon.
Echo has found a ward and has decided to clear it and not try to force the gank. He is going up into the try anyways. He's going to be seen by the Darius going in for the invade, and he's still going to look at the Krugs for the side.
Actually, he was not spotted by Darius. Oh, Zac is recalling. Getting some early advantages into it.
Laners just quietly trading. Nothing really happening here in the early game. We would like to take this time to point out that there are still many of you that have not voted on the poll, and it is very important to Corky that this poll get voted on, almost as important as it is to Gavin that he almost got that kill.
Gavin is steamrolling this game. Yes, it's equals CS.
Garen finally taking the advantage, having to force Darius' flash out. While Darius might have mana to swing his axe around, Garrett has none to swing his sword. In the end, he won the sustain trade there, with Darius blowing all his mana and being caught without it in minion wave. Bot lane, just a farm fest down here, waiting for a jungler to intervene. Darius is going to TP back up to the top lane. Zac is looking for something up here, but Garrett is just trying to recall. Dragon is up, and neither jungler has paid any attention to it.
And neither has the top laner. As we noticed, Darius doesn't have TP. That's huge for Deadly Roll. It can do a TP play if they need it.
And it's just that staring contest. That time
Oh,
of the
Zac
day.
is
Zac,
in the middle.
he just walks on in like he was invited to the party and does actual nothing. Cool.
Yep,
That's just not gonna hit anything in the bottom lane. Gravitron's gonna go down. They're just gonna stare at each other. Zac's gonna walk into the river and get bullied out by the Echo. Blue side showing its strength again by whichever team's on red side decides they don't want to play the game today. It looks like Illumin trying her hardest but just not landing the hook. Echo has cleared out wards for Dragon Pit. He's also given himself away for that mid gank. Zac farming his Gromp right now. Potentially they can look something in this bot lane, but Deadly Robot's bot lane has backed off pretty hard Echo might be looking for a counter gank. Got it. Darius is shoving that Garen in yet again. There's a trade going down in the mid lane, favorable towards the Rise this time. And we will see if this stalemate bottom gets broken by one of our junglers here. Large wave crashing in the top lane.
Oh, more heading towards bot lane right now. This might get ugly real fast.
Might get ugly for our friend Flubber down there. And they have found each other. Zach did E out of that. They are going to clear the Dragon Vision again. They do hold priority at the moment, but I do not expect them to pull the trigger, as the theme of this series is don't pull the trigger until they're absolutely forced to.
Oh,
Mort is just going to ult the Rise.
And even
Garen
going up.
Losing that trade. Oh. Garen should die to the fully stacked passive there. And first blood goes to the Darius. Rise is forced to flash during this time, and that should still set priority up for the side of Deadly Robots for this dragon, but they are just gonna ignore it yet again.
Or looking towards it, maybe? No. So they're dancing around it, but doing absolutely nothing.
And in the time that they've all decided to dance around this dragon, Rift Herald has spawned. Top side advantage is currently in the favors of No Fun Babies, because Garrett decided he wanted to trade with Darius and got murdered by his passive.
At this point, you need to question yourself. Do you want to take a fight or just trade objective for objective? What is the next call for either of the teams?
Right now, Zach looks like he's grabbing priority for Vision while he has that mid prio on that Rift Herald right now. Rise taking those extended trades, but not being too committal to them. Darius looking to run this Garen down again with his item advantage, which is a significant one. Zach showing up, and this should be Garen going down a second time. Garen just gonna die and roll over, and No Fun Gaming looking to take advantage of this game through the top side. Deadly Robots is going to take Dragon for that.
Trade 1 for 1, like I said. Did perfectly. Took out the top laner straight into Rift. They couldn't contest Dragon, so these are the trades they need to take when the gank goes successful. They're not even away, they're doing Rift at the moment.
Alright. No response coming out. They've chosen to trade, though in that trade, No Fun Gaming is definitely holding advantage.
Oh, Rift, Rift getting dropped top.
That is an immediate Rift drop top, though they've already burned 2 plates off that tower. You're only going to leave it with 1 plate. On the side of Deadly Robots, almost losing first tower. Rise is in a predicament here. Gavin taking him out, trying to hold this game together from the mid lane position, but that top lane is just falling right now. Echo looking to come up to salvage, spotted by a ward. Gavin trying to get some plate gold here to make up for it, and hoping that he can hold on as the stable solo laner in this game. Rise showing me why I was a little bit concerned with it, that Mordekaiser should just run the lane on him.
That is true, and we see another Zac top, but this time he won't be successful in this game due to a ping.
So you say that, but Garen has not left.
That is true, but Echo's there to counter gank.
We will just have to see how these pieces play out on the board.
Playing.
They have stopped the Zach's recall, and I don't think they win this 2v2. Garen disagrees and goes in, but Zach keeps walking, and he just leaves.
A very smart move by
Garen.
I mean, if Zach would overcome it, Echo was there to help him.
It was which man stepped across the line.
Yep.
At the end here, bot lane pressure gonna be held by the side of Deadly Robots.
But I can tell you this right now, both buffs for Zach are...
Whereas Echo has spent this time full clearing his jungle. He should look to try to make an impact on the lane. Garen deciding he wants this fight on Darius again. Even though he's at such a deficit, this man is going to single-handedly put them behind in the game. He just hasn't learned that you don't take the extended trade with the Darius, especially if it's ahead of you.
His Darius is just fully over this game.
The other aspect of that is that, like, you're a Garen. Just, like, QE him and walk away.
Yep. And if we look at the gold difference, Darius is up 2k over this. Yeah.
At 12 minutes. And then first tower is going to come down for that Darius, opening the map up for him, helping him roam a bit. Rise just hoping to pull a trade here and there from the Mord.
Very good play by the Darius, and we can see right there Trinity Force getting along with Ninja Tabby. Oh no!
12 minutes and 50-second Triforce Spectral Cowl build on the Darius with boots and a Ruby Crystal. If Deadly Robots has any hope of winning this game, they need to win that bot lane, and Echo needs to help them do it sooner rather than later. His power spike is already present. He's just power farming for no reason. He's already on Runic Echoes and has yet to actually put a positive or negative impact anywhere on the map.
This will be a question of, can Mord kill Darius, or can the team kite Darius enough to kill? Because right now, Darius is looking like a raid boss. He is unable. He can challenge and probably kill anybody in the game.
I mean, there's no question in that. The only other people in the game with completed items are the junglers and Caitlyn. Caitlyn only being up 7 farm without Aphelios though, so I expect that if he backs, he will also have a completed item.
Yep, if I would be Deadly Robots right now, I would give this dragon.
I don't think they have a choice if they choose to fight, especially without Garen there. They are only gonna lose more. Is this gonna be the game that Red Side wins in this series? Find out.
I mean, maybe we're looking for a contest.
They are
Garen
looking like they might contest.
Garen does have TP.
Darius is zoned to the side of the fight.
Oh, Dragon reset.
I should have a way in. Gavin, flash take the jungler. That's a bold move with the Dragon still at 2k HP. You haven't even gotten your TP down from your Garen yet. They look like they're going to try and get the jungler out. Zach is going to live. Aphelios will go down for Braum. Garen looks like he's going to try and take down Zach. Zach's going to flash. Darius has shown up to the party, and he said that Garen's time to die is now. Zach goes down to the Mord. Mord is trying to chase down this Rise, but he's just too fast. Rise is going to go down. Caitlyn's going to live, and Nautilus is going to take the Caitlyn out of the fight. Actually, Caitlyn's going to turn it. Darius taking the Mord out.
Darius is.
In the end, that trade actually favorably goes towards Deadly Robot, giving them some gold, putting that Mord and that Caitlyn a little bit on the map. Echo trying to challenge the Darius, and I just don't think it's a good idea. Darius, wow, huge right now. The second that shutdown gold goes on one of the carries, this is a real game going on after that. They've definitely put some good gold onto the Caitlyn, onto the Mordekaiser. It's not completely just a steamroll, but Darius sure is about to be a raid boss.
That is true. And let me tell you what. Dragon is untouched right now. No one has gotten the Dragon. It was just a brawl. Everybody dying left and right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, but seems like NFB's gonna look for the Dragon again. Unfortunately, Echo hasn't reset. He is sitting currently on not a lot of gold, but
he did not receive any kills in that last fight. Braum has a stopwatch. That is the second time we have seen that particular support randomly pop their stopwatch when you can assume they were trying to ward with that Q. NFB is going to try and keep the Dragon, Echo's going in and steals the dragon from them. Rai's gonna try to cut off this Mord and this Braum here. They are gonna pick up the Braum. And Braum actually is gonna get out. Oh, he doesn't quite make it. The bleed stacks take him out. Rise is gonna go down. Mord is gonna go down. That is, in the end, a 2-for-1 and Dragon.
Let me tell you right now, he has Spirit Visage. With his Q,
Garen to the tower top. Caitlyn is gonna go down to the Darius, and Echo's gonna stand and watch.
and Garen is doing work. Like, despite him not pulling it off, he's doing work right now. Because NFB,
but he can push.
yeah, because NFB only took the dragon, and yes, it's an objective, but
NFB did not get the dragon. Echo stole it.
oh yeah, sorry. Okay, then they didn't even. They only got 2 kills, but all
No,
the
NFB still ahead in gold off that trade, taking the 3 kills, one of them being a shutdown, in place of the 1 kill, the dragon and the tower. Shutdown gold making the difference there.
They're gonna be a fight of titans, Darius against Mordekaiser, but seems like Darius is ahead.
Which juggernaut takes the prize?
On the way, he's about to finish his, not finish, but he's
Start
doing
his 3rd item. I guess we have a winner.
that is very scary, but we can see that the Mord is going for a sneaky play, and he's getting.
Mord does not have ultimate quite yet. He's gonna get it up at the very end, but it isn't gonna matter. TP
And
came
there
down
we
from
go.
Darius on that. They're just gonna secure the Herald with it, and they just are running over this game, and realistically, N10 is handing it to him.
And bot lane seems to be getting their turret.
Blue team's turret has been
Garen
destroyed.
Trade.
just now taking the building the Triforce too. Right after that tower goes down bot lane, they're gonna trade mid lane tower for it. Herald's gonna come down, and they're just gonna run it all the way to an inhib.
Blue team's
NFB heard us criticize how slow they rolled the last one, saw how much of a lead they got, and they've decided they're just gonna run their shoulder into them and wait till they respond. The robots does group up to stop the Herald, but that tower could die to a stiff breeze at this point. It will start regenerating some health off of that, but not a ton.
Darius looking bigger than that. But it's only a 3k goal, a 3k advantage.
It is, in fact, only a 3k advantage.
It's not the biggest, it's still easily coming back.
That advantage swings really well if they manage to pick off that Darius and put it on one of their carries and get a good fight out of it. Mid tower looking contestable at that current time, but I think Rise is going to get there just in time to stop it. Garen and Mord down to split push duty, holding those side lanes down. Not really getting too much out of it. We're looking at stalemates right now, waiting for next neutral objective fight. This mid lane tower seems to be the current focus for both teams. Baron is up. Whichever team takes the less favorable trade is going to give Baron to the other team, it feels like. From just now completing his support
And
item.
flash
Braum
out
gonna,
like that.
yeah, Garen going to flash after taking that tower. Is it really worth it in the end when it's that low? I wouldn't say so. Dragon gonna be up here in just a minute.
Yep, that flash might have been crucial because now Garen needs to run at the carries instead of flash.
Very true, but he's only kind of worth gold right now. Anyways, it does look like he's gonna start a bramble. Garen's teleport is ready, and he's gonna look to try to make a push play out of this one more time. But will he get far enough in the lane for it to matter? He doesn't think so. He's just running down to the dragon. It should be spawned here in just a few seconds. And both teams fighting for vision control in that pit. Big fight going on in the mid lane. Aphelios and Mordekaiser. Echo and Garen have him caught off. Aphelios going to try to run to his team, but he's just not going to make it. That's a big pick right beforehand, but that Darius is still there.
Aphelios takes out a lot of damage. That's a really big pick. I think this dragon's gonna have to be given, and it's exactly what it is.
They are, in fact, going to give up the dragon, but Darius is going to push for the tower. Zach was still in range, thought about stealing it, but decided to back off.
He needs to
carry in 21.
Yeah. And right here, he might die, or...
Looking for a 4-man pick on that Darius, having to blow his Flash Nautilus ult coming out to save him, and they're just getting sloppy. While I asked for an aggressive game, I did not ask for a throw, but you know, I'll take it.
I'll take whatever it serves. So let's point this out also. For Deadly Robots, it's so point.
That gold deficit has shrank.
So we can. So this is what I was talking about. Like, when you have the objectives, you are kind of in the same level if you're losing. And this is exactly what it is.
It comes down to if they can get that Aphelios and Rise to start scaling, because all that gold, while they have advantage, while Darius is an absolute monster, if they start picking out the other players without him around, it almost doesn't matter. If they can pick out that Darius and put it on one of the carries, it's gonna start changing ways. If Soul goes over to the side of Deadly Robots, it's gonna be about who gets that Elder.
Oh,
Gonna get QSS here by that Rise, turning it from a Rise getting picked to Mord getting caught out.
That's a very big misplay. He did not notice the QSS.
No sirree. Bramblevest coming in from the Garen. That is a large control for Baron here. Let's see if NFB pulls the trigger on it. I would say they should.
They are.
Have started the Baron.
And TP is not coming out. Baron's still not getting stuck. It's getting... And fights going out everywhere. Echo, huge ult. Garen's cleaning up.
NFB just playing it sloppy, getting caught on all fronts. CC being stand. Aaron is looking to clean it all up. Echo fighting Zac on the back line, leaving his team out to dry on that. Will Aphelios and Garen clean it up before Mord can get there. This is where it comes down to the difference between TP and Ignite. Caitlyn gonna get ran down while Echo stands by and watches. That's gonna be 3 for 3.
It is 3 for 3, but I still think that's in favor for Deadly Robots because...
I disagree.
Because, yes, Darius is getting the kills, but none of the other teammates have kills. So if Darius falls, that's most likely going to be a huge objective for them. Because all the other...
I disagree on that. I agree that it's a huge objective for the Darius. But that fight was in the favor of NFB because you got a good amount of that gold on the Aphelios. He did live throughout all that. 2 of those 3 kills went on to him. He got an assist for the 3rd one. Darius got the rest, but Rise has also been picking up kills in some of these weird skirmishes they have. The gold deficit may only be 2k, but their carries are starting to get some of the resources. They aren't sitting there completely drained, and Darius just isn't dying in these fights. He is starting his 4th item, which looks like it is going to be a death stance, and their hopes of killing him are just going further and further down the drain. They're making a 2nd attempt at this Baron right now, and let's see if Deadly Robot attempts to contest.
Mord is bot lane. He has no TP.
Gavin has to learn that Ignite is not the only way.
And they are not stopping from the Baron. 5k.
Solo zoning. Echo running in, but forced to blow ultimate. Rise is going to try and flank backline here.
And Mord is still pushing solo.
Caitlyn's putting out big damage. Mord is pushing for a tower. They're off Baron here. Will the ADC and support get caught out? Will they be able to rendezvous with Mordekaiser? Is Darius gonna be fast enough here, having Conquer over Phase Rush?
These are huge picks, and they made it to the Mord, safe and sound.
Now they're pincered on two sides. Dragon's about to spawn. Will they take? They take the tower down. Garen hooked, but no follow-up. Echo's gonna deter them out, and Deadly Robot's gonna play that kind of clean while NFB got entirely baited out.
Dragon is up. Dragon is up.
Dragon's up. They're gonna have Rise ult down.
Ice ult is down, and most of their ults are only Braum
ult was used in that getaway, though, so they won't have it if things go awry this time.
Zach doesn't have his passive for at least another 2 minutes.
Deadly
And Zach is engaging.
Darius getting stunned and caught out. Echo stun going out there. Nautilus 1v1ing the Echo on the side. Caitlyn's going down to the Darius. Rise gonna go down to... Actually, it's gonna be Zach that goes down to them. Rise gonna take the Dragon. Mord going down, and it's gonna be 1 for 4 on the side of Deadly Robots. Their NFB is gonna just walk up to grab this Baron or this mid tower at this point. Garrett cannot stop them all. Darius is going to shove out this bottom lane, and they're just going to look to tighten the noose around the neck. They're done playing games. Deadly Robots through by not disengaging from the Dragon and peeling for the Caitlyn. Darius came into that fight half health and stunned. They should have just focused that man down. Instead, they watched him get onto their AD carry.
It is incredible how that Darius is able to walk where he... The Darius does what he wants to do without question.
No one is even paying the man any mind.
At this point, it seems like the only person that can actually kill the Darius is Caitlyn.
And
and Darius just said, you know what, you're not killing me, and he went for the kill.
That is true. They are looking to set up some vision around this Baron, it does look like. Or just clear the pit out. Either way, Garen making a brazen move, walking towards that top lane. He second guesses himself once they show up in the mid lane. Here, Mord looking to grab himself a blue buff before meeting back up with his teammates. And right now, it's a dance around Baron. Can they somehow throw this Darius' 700 gold bounty onto this Caitlyn? Or not? That's the real question.
It is. And Darius sitting on huge item.
He's literally almost done with his 5th item here. 4th item. Here, gonna grab that Death Stance for it. Darius almost catching the Caitlyn out. Braum standing and watching, basically. Right, Aphelios gonna have to flash from the Mord while he ults him.
Another pick.
Just gonna shred through this Aphelios. And Aphelios goes down to him. Echo ult is blown, but Darius is there to tell him that today is the day he dies. Echo gonna blow everything and still die to bleed. Mord does get out during this great chase of the Echo, though, but they are going to chase him down and try to collapse on him. Will Zach be enough? Does Gavin have fancy feet? The answer is no. He will go down to this Darius yet again, making him 14-0-4 here. I doubt this man gets to play Darius again for the next 3 weeks.
Darius walks and does what he wants. But this Aphelios keeps getting caught out. Very unfortunate.
Boom. Headshot.
I've noticed there's so many opportunities that NFB can take, even more than what they're already taking. It's just interesting how they're getting executed.
Yeah, there's really no reason that they keep getting picked out on this. They just have to group together and just, like, force objectives or force a fight. Keep the Darius in between the Aphelios and the rest of the enemy team, and they just should win everything. The Dust Dance is done on him now. He has a stopwatch. There's almost no way the enemy team takes him down unless they just decide that he dies that day.
Seems like the next objective will be Dragon in 50 seconds. And let me tell you this, I think if Deadly Robots die in this Dragon attempt, if they want to take it, might be the game.
I feel like they should probably just send a split pusher for it, if either force Darius to match them or look for just the steal on it. I don't know that they can take the full fight unless Darius decides not to show up, and right now he is on the polar opposite side of the map. TP is up for him. It is also up for the Garen, though.
They need to stop sending Mordekaiser as the split pusher. Like Garen, he has TP. He can match Darius right now. Not really match, but stall it. Right? Stall this.
Fair. Both teams are just going to look at each other.
Oh, and Caitlyn. Oh.
Caitlyn is just going to die. They really need to not send their AD carry as the probe, and she's going to just go down. Deadly Robots are just going to die here, and that very well could just be the game. Are they going to take Dragon? Yes. Are they going to either walk mid or just walk Baron right after that? You know, they really should, but thus far they've not proven to me that they can do so.
And there it is, the steal.
Echo has stolen the dragon from them. Soul goes to Deadly Robots.
But now Baron is gonna be taken by NF. Yes, Dragon
And an
was
update
stolen.
for some of our other games. Sin T2 is gonna win 2-1 versus RAR.
Cool, your old team, as I recall.
My old team.
Very cool.
And Baron will go down to NFB here. Darius looking to maybe solo fight them, but Braum is just gonna ignore him, let him walk away. This Caitlyn, on the other hand, wants to be the frontliner. Reminds me of old Black Swan way back in the day, though he has decided to take on a new name and a new identity these days.
RAR 1-2-1, by the way.
Oh, RAR wins 2-1. Why did Syndicate post? Alright, never mind. This Garen is just tanking the tower.
We need to take a small pause to notice our friendly Buzz Lightyears in the chat.
Ah, but did he go Infinity and Beyond today? No, he did not. He has a safety net around him nowadays.
And seems despite NFB having Baron, they are getting pushed on. Warwick getting pushed.
It is a mystery these days.
I gotta say, despite being down by a huge margin of gold, they seem to be holding pretty for now.
For
It literally is how it is. You avoid the raid boss and you take the fights, and that's all. When you win the right now, Deadly Robots getting split on by all the lanes.
that is true. Mord is looking for this 1v1 with the Darius, hoping his almost dead tower can help him, but I don't think it can at this point. He's gonna regain some health. Echo's gonna try and fight Aphelios down in the bottom lane. Rise is gonna be there. Darius is gonna take down the Mord.
The raid boss.
I keep calling Rise Aphelios and vice versa. I don't care at this point. It is late and I am tired. Apparently, Swan tried to get Alex123 fucking arrested earlier, and, you know, that's how it would be. And NFB is just going to walk it out at this point. And if this game goes on any longer than about a minute, they've decided that they wanted it to. It's not that it has to. Darius is just going to sit in the top lane and watch his team maybe end the game, watch his support die. He decided to show up and block the shot. Garen's just going to go down, and this is the end of the game. This series is going to end for NFB. It's going to be 2-1 in their favor, and who is going to be your MVP as they try and close out here? Oh, maybe they're going to get stopped. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, they didn't plan around that much. Alright, it's going to be your MVP. Support. Yummy, 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 yummy.
Let's bring in the 80. I would say it's the top.
You want the top laner for NFB? I will go take a look and see if he is willing to come up here and talk to us.
Hello?
Alright, welcome.
Yeah.
So, you just won your game, and you ended up going 18-0-4. How do you feel about it?
I don't know, man. Win lane, win game.
Fair enough. Is there anything else that you would like to say? Is there any teams out there that feel like they're scary for you guys to face? How'd you feel going into this matchup?
Not really. I just think our team's pretty good. Just depends on draft and controlling our jungler.
Okay. All right. Would you say your jungler is hard to control? You have to keep him on a leash?
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
So there is a question I do want to ask. The first game you guys did lose, but
Yeah.
game 2 and 3 you guys came back. What was the change that you guys did or saw that gave you those 2 victories?
Not do it well. First game was just a really garbage draft in hindsight. Especially like because we had a sedge pick, but mid was ranged and whatnot. So yeah, pretty much. I think we lacked tankiness. So yeah, and in game.
Okay. And would you say that you guys coming back was changing you, or was it a change because they swapped out their mid laner?
I think it was just a draft change, really. Like, I don't think mid change was any difference.
Okay. All right, here. Well, we are wrapping up the stream. Is there anything else you'd like to say to everybody out there right now? And is there anything else about today's game?
Nope, just a top difference.
All right, top difference. And with that, we are
is.
ending week 3 of Gladiator League, everyone. Thank you for coming, and we will see you again next Monday.
See you next week, Buzz.